In this session, we will take a look at how to place a door in the exterior wall. So the first thing is to make sure that I've set my floor selector to the proper floor. So in this case, we're still using the lobby floor. And that should, again, lock the ACS plane and plane snap lock. Next, I'm going to select the door tool. So that will open the Place Door property panel. Here I can select the type of door that I want to place from the library of doors. I'm going to select this example full glass double. This will be the entry door to the building, so it's going to be a full glass double door. I can see a preview in the window, and there's also placement points indicated. So I could select either the left or the right side of the frame as a placement point, or because this is a double door, I'm going to select the center as my placement point so I can center it on the wall. Then I can set different preferences and parameters for the door before I place it. So for instance, there's a front offset preference. I'm going to actually set that to 2 inches. I can type that in. That's going to actually recess the door behind the front face of the wall 2 inches. So it's basically offsetting the front of the door by 2 inches. I could do the same on the back as well. I'm going to place this door relative to the active ACS. That means relative to my floor plane, which I've selected. We're going to set a sense distance. So the sense distance determines how far through the wall the perforator will look in order to cut the wall. So generally speaking, you want it to be about the depth of the wall. So just to be sure, I'm going to up that to 1 foot 4 inches. We also have options here to create a side offset. That would be important if I was placing it using the left or right origin. Since it's a center origin, we'll leave that set at 0. You could also establish a sill height, so a distance from the floor plane that you might want to place the door. Again, I'll leave it at 0. And then some of the important dimensions. We want to establish the door width. That's the overall width of the 2 doors. So I'm going to set that at 7 feet. And then the overall height of the door, and I'm going to set that at 10 feet. We have rather large entry doors here. Now I could type in a frame depth, or I could simply select this option, which is to match the wall depth. So to look at the entire wall depth and match that, and then actually set that back, that 2 inches that we put for the front offset. We can put in the frame width, a leaf thickness, the leaf angle, if we'd rather have a 45-degree angle, or a 180-degree angle, we could put those in as well. We could also put some non-graphic information, such as a type ID. I'm going to put D1 in here as the door type, or we could put a door number. We call that the item ID. So I'm going to call this one 01. And if I scroll down, there are other parameters we could put in here, such as a manufacturer's name or model number, the phase of construction versus new construction, IFC information. Some of the data may already be filled in. That's simply because it's already been set up in the catalog. Once I've put all the data I want, remembering that you can always come back and modify and add this data later, I would place the door in the model. I can work in any view that I like. For instance, I could come select the wall here in the ISO view, and then I can position the door on that wall. As I said, we want to center it on the wall. So I'm going to find the center point. I snap to it. Again, another left click. Then I'm going to move over to the plan view so that we can see that the third point you select is actually going to determine which way the door swings. So I want this to swing out, and we select the third point, and then it's finished. And I can right click to reset. I'm going to close the dialog, and let me just zoom in here so that we can see we've got that 2-inch front offset on the frame there, but otherwise the frame matches the thickness of the wall. So placing a door is simply a matter of setting all the parameters for the door and then selecting the wall in which it is to be placed in, selecting the placement along the wall, and then the direction of the swing. And next we'll take a look at placing windows.